Everyone's attention has been focused on the steak with the teeth marks. Yes? Now, earlier this afternoon, Sergeant Nosa told the court the following. That I enjoy chomping my way through a good steak. And as well as admitting to stealing Kudo-san's coin. Told us that he slipped it under the steak. You watch it, Superior Officer. Sergeant Nosa, could you please confirm something for me? Is the steak that you put the coin under, in fact, your own steak? Shit, affirmative, of course! I might be a soldier in the Imperial Army, but still. Not brave enough to ask a foreign gentle lady if she'd mind me manhandling her meal to hide something in it. In other words, the steak that the detective submitted as evidence earlier was in fact Sergeant Nosa's. But that makes no sense. The plate was taken from the victim's table. Yet the gentlewoman doesn't take bites out of her steak, nor did she have any opportunity to steal the coin. Of course I didn't steal it. Even suggest such a thing would be an affront to the entire British Empire. Well then, how do you explain this paradox? Exactly. Surely you're not going to suggest the sergeant switched the two steaks over. You did switch the plates? Well, after it happened, when I saw the civilian had been murdered right in front of my eyes like that, I panicked. As I said, I immediately lifted my steak and hid the coin underneath it. But then when the waiter announced that he was an undercover policeman, I thought I'd had it. If he decided to investigate my slab of meat, that'd be it. I'd be getting my marching orders. So when the cadet here was arrested and taken off to the kitchen, I seized my chance. With military precision and timing, I switched my steak with the one on the foreign lady's table! What? You can't have! I never saw you do such a thing! I was called Operation Lightning Bolt. There was no time for strategic planning. It was do or die, I tell you. So yes, I did what had to be done. Unbelievable! Forever, however, fear not. Prosecutor. What now? I swear on the brass buttons of my uniform. That's all I did, sir. All you did? That's plenty, Sarge! Yes. So, if Sergeant Nosa switched the plates over, it means he took Miss Brett's steak and the plate it was on back to his own table. Yes, that follows. Inspector Hosonaga. Yes? Earlier in this trial, you told the court this. You said that you had not only taken Miss Brett's steak after the incident, but also the sergeant's. To preserve evidence, you had taken both. Ah. That's correct. Then please present it to the court now. The plate that was actually on the victim's table at the precise moment he was shot! What can that possibly tell us now? I mean, a cold slab of tough meat can't have the slightest bearing on the case. No, you're not wriggling your way out of this time, lady. I beg your pardon? Surely you're not that forgetful. Surely you remember the reason why the steak pan promises to prove such a problem for you. No? These alliterations are hard. You're the ones who decided it was a problem, not me. The reason the defense asked to see that plate was to confirm something the defendant remembers seeing. Tis thinks she remembers. I'm quite sure of what I saw, Miss Brett. On the side of the plate that was on the table directly behind Dr. Wilson, there was a clear spattering of blood from the gunshot wound to the victim's chest. I believe the defendant's memory serves him well. And now we have the evidence to prove it. The plate you were eating from, Miss Brett. Let us not prolong this any further. Inspector, you will show the evidence to the court. Present the beef steak and plate that was originally on the victim's table at the time of the incident. Yes, sir. Oh. Sorry for keeping you. The blood! Here's the other steak in its plate. Please, feel free to examine it. The blood stain. It's clearly visible, look!
Yes!
Now this makes everything clear. This blood you see on the side of the plate shows that the moment of the victim was shot, he was facing the table with his back to me. In other words, it's impossible for Naruhodo-san to have shot the victim. Ah! It is. It can't be. This is impossible. In fact, there's only one person who could have possibly shot Dr. Wilson from the front. I'm sure everyone knows by now who that person is. Ugh. Oh, not quite yet. That's right. Miss Giselle Brett. It's you! Got her. Outdone by Japanese? Me? By a Japanese schoolboy? No, no, no! Please excuse my little outburst. Briefly lost my composure. Most unbecoming behavior for an English gentleman. Forgive me. Well, Miss Brett? I think it's time you told the court what actually happened that day. The truth this time. Oh, gladly, Your Excellency. One more. It was I who took the professor's life. Oh, no! Fuck it! I beat her! Using Curare. As you surmised, I chose that particular day for one very important reason. The professor had a dentist appointment for the extraction of one of his teeth in the morning. She planned to kill the professor, knowing that no trace of poison would be found in his water. Because Curare is unheard of here in Japan. Yes. Of course, I never intended to remain at the restaurant for as long as I did. I only needed to see the professor take one tiny sip of his water, and it would all be over. I would place the steak I had ordered in front of him to make it appear as though he had been dining alone, and leave immediately. However, before any of that could happen, there was an unexpected visitor at the professor's table. That would be me, I suppose. Yes, you. Who else? Such a trifling matter, but the fact that you decided to come over to greet the professor meant that I had lost my chance to slip away unnoticed. In due course, the professor took a sip of his water and was paralyzed. I made sure he was sitting in his chair such that he wouldn't fall. There was no going back at that point, so I concocted a plan on the spur of the moment. A plan to pin Dr. Wilson's murder on this innocent man? I happen to know that the professor always carried a gun. I decided to use that fact to my advantage. I had the bottle of Curare in my handbag, and my own pistol concealed underneath my skirt. Under your skirt? So I was right, there were two guns. Yes. And then I finished off my coffee and got up to leave. That's when I noticed the professor's gun, which you had presumably placed on the floor. Place where you were sure that I would notice it. And everything went according to plan. You noticed the gun as I'd intended. And then, just as you bent down to pick it up, bang. That's when you shot the professor with your own gun, even though at that point he was already dead. Naturally, the gunshot caused a commotion, at which point the waiter appeared. Obviously, I assumed Naruhodo-san was the culprit and apprehended him. I took him to the pantry that adjoins the kitchen and locked him inside. That's when I took the opportunity to turn the professor in his chair around. Because, of course, you needed to make it look like the defendant had shot Dr. Wilson from where he'd picked up the gun. So there you have it. That's the entirety of my misdemeanor. Misdemeanor? Your Excellency? Yes? I wonder. Might I speak with you in private later? Shall call on you. What the fuck? Thank you. Good day then, everybody. Hope you can forgive me, Naruhodo-san. Are you gonna be a problem? She again disappeared. The women have ghost powers. Would seem this trial has finally run its course. I presume the prosecution is in agreement? This can't be. Aoshi does not lose, not to the likes of this rookie student. Better start getting used to tough opposition. Ah! Yonosuke Naruhodo, I hate you! What, yeah? Yeah, what is it? This insult to the Aoshi family name. It'll never be forgotten. You've become conceited with age, Council, but the old have to stand aside and make way for the new. Are you gonna pull your sword, dude? Jesus. It's the way of the world. May you never forget that. Do not pull your sword. What are you doing? Thousand millennia may pass, and still the Aoshi clan will never measure up to the Naruhodo clan. Oh, no. They are descendants. Go down in history as the start of a new chapter in our country's judicial system. Despite being... Oh my god, I just got it. His fucking name is Ouchie. The prosecutor's name is Ouchie. And in the fucking modern era, the guy you was Prosecutor Payne. Yeah, it means I see, right? That's also Phoenix's name in Japanese, I think. Yeah. Supposedly. But it's just Nick in olden times. Thank you, Your Excellency. The use of evidence and deduction to unravel the truth is a modern methodology. After all, it has only been a few short decades since our country opened its doors to the wider world. But the Western ideas of science are rapidly gaining acceptance over here. I feel sure that science will soon bring new methods of investigation and procure new procedures of justice. A new future of law awaits, but what will it look like? I cannot begin to imagine. That is for the young to pursue. Kazuma Asugi. Yes. After this trial, you are sent to embark on a journey of discovery to the illustrious British Empire. Learn all you can. Absorb everything in the wider world that you're able to. And do not forget to fulfill the mission imposed upon you. I understand, Your Excellency. What was that about? Why do you look so grave all of a sudden? Ah, never mind. As for you, Ryunosuke Naruhodo, oh yes, in you I sense, how can I put it, unusual potential. I very much look forward to seeing how you carry that onwards. Thank you, Your Excellency. It's time to deliver the final verdict. I hereby find the defendant, Ryunosuke Naruhodo, not guilty! Huzzah! Hooray! This court's now adjourned. Alright. I wanted to get to the not guilty. Oh, we did it. We saved... Hey. Hey. You want your binky? You want binky? Go get. Alright. Okay. I did it. Chapters 5 minutes more. Okay, fine. I can't believe it. I can't believe what happened. I made it. I defended myself and made it through that horrendous trial. Ryunosuke, you finally pulled it off. Congratulations. Well, I couldn't have done it without you. Thank you, Cosmo. Haha, haha. No, it was a pleasure to watch you at work. So, you owe me an extra large sukiyaki from the place on Yume University Street. Don't forget. Good afternoon. All your hard work was certainly paid off. Congratulations to both of you for proving Naruhodo-san's innocence. Ah, our trusty judicial assistant. You worked hard for that result, too, you know. Oh no, I didn't do anything. Thank you so much! If we hadn't had that research report of Miss Brett's, I don't know how things would have turned out. Your kind words should really be for my father. I was simply doing as he asked. It was his idea for me to go to the university and investigate. Your father? Oh yeah, of course. Forgive me for intruding on the court proceedings, Your Excellency. Sato Kodoba, Judicial Assistant of the Defense. Your dad's the professor. That's right. Speaking of Kodoba. Ah, there you are. I believe congratulations, Arnold. Naruhodo, you did an excellent job. Thank you, Professor. Oh no, it was I who should be thanking you. After all, your efforts to expose the true criminal that took the life of my good friend. Good friend? Oh yeah, you mentioned that before. It was you who actually invited Dr. Wilson to Yume University, wasn't it? Yeah, that's right. Professor Mikotoba studied overseas himself. He went to study forensic medicine in Great Britain. Presumably, that's when you met Dr. Wilson? Exactly. In those days, we worked together in the same hospital. Oh, you worked together. Never heard you mention that before. Well, it was a long time ago now. Besides, it's your turn, Asuki. Great Britain's a magnificent country. It leads the world. In science, medicine, engineering, culture, and of course, law. Yeah, none of that's true. Watch and learn, my boy. See what's happening in the world's largest melting pot. I will. I'll learn all that I can. I swear, the spirit of the Soga clan. You're not taking that sword to Great Britain, by the way. You can't do that. You're not allowed to do that. They only like nunchucks. Of course I am. You're fucking crazy. Japanese man's katana is his soul, even though this takes place in the Taisho era, which would have outlawed samurai swords, and you're not supposed to have it. Cuts down anything that's in my way. Yes, I've definitely seen how sharp it is already with my own eyes. That reminds me, what's happened to the woman? To Giselle Brett, I mean? After all, she's guilty of murder. Oh yes, her. It's not easy to tell you this, but... What do you mean? Surely she's going to face trial herself now. She's the true culprit, after all. She'll be leaving Japan in the near future for Shanghai. What? Shanghai? She will not appear in court again in this country, I'm certain of that. What? Why not? It's a matter of consular jurisdiction. Inspector Hosonaga. It was a hard-fought battle in the courtroom today. Very impressive to watch. But what's all this about consular jurisdiction? We can't try this particular foreigner for her crimes here in Japan. What? We can't try her? Then who? Who's gonna bring her to justice? A British consular court will hear her case somewhere far away where our voices can't be heard. But why consular court? Professor, I simply don't understand. I thought consular courts were a thing of the past now that we've signed the friendship treaty. Yes, in normal circumstances, you're right. Then so long as this is not a serious incident of a highly political nature to our respective governments, they can't invoke a consular court just like that! Oh, can't they? Yes, she's a student, but it doesn't justify our government's making secret agreements about her fate, does it? Something strange is going on. So Miss Brett can't be held accountable for her actions here in Japan, huh? Afraid that for the young student? Today's trial was nothing more than a game all along. There was never any danger of comeuppance for her. Don't believe it. British government's Foreign Affairs Ministry has demanded we hand over custody of Miss Brett. They're obviously taking this case of a foreign student committing murder very seriously. It's all going to change from now on. We can make it change. This is a time of great turmoil. This new era heralded by the start of the 20th century. One day, I have no doubt, that woman will receive the judgment she deserves. Yeah, change is coming, and we're the ones driving it. Well, I think that's enough seriousness for now. This evening calls for a celebratory drink. But Professor, you're right. This is no time for gloomy faces. Let's get ripped. Let's get fucking ripped because we're not guilty. In that case, might I suggest the Carnival? As the head waiter, I should be delighted to provide you with ample food and drink. Yeah, don't worry about it. But you're... Hey, look at that! Aren't you a detective, Osanaga-san? Aren't you? Yes, I also have horrible TB. Let's not worry about details for now. He clearly has tuberculosis. He is dying. Yeah, just spread it around. Will you accompany us, Professor? Of course. The Carnival's food, second to none. I shall go and tend to the paperwork for Naruhodo-san's release. Oh yeah, thanks.
That's incredibly fucked up.
So Giselle Brett won't be tried here. I suppose that means I'll never know. I'll never find out why she killed Dr. Wilson. Oh, I wouldn't count on that. Kazuma? Yeah, Ryunosuke? I just want to say thanks again, that's all. You really saved my skin today. Ha 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 ha! I didn't do a thing. You were the lawyer in there, weren't you? That defense was all your own work. Your skills made the difference, though. One day, I'll bet you'll be the best lawyer in the world. Not so sure about that. To be honest, something's kept occurring to me over and over again during that trial. I couldn't help thinking that maybe you're the one destined to become a great lawyer, not me. What? Come on, man, be real. If I helped you today, it was only right at the very start of the trial. You have a natural talent for it, for being a defense lawyer, I mean. Oh no, not me. All that tense verbal combat, I never want to go through that again. That shit sucks. I just did what you told me to do, that's all. Because I knew I could trust you. That's the point. Sorry? What do you mean, that's the point? Listen, Ryunosuke. Do you know what the most crucial weapon is that any lawyer needs to win? Knowledge of the law? No. The ability to believe. Believe? What exactly? Defense lawyer has to fight for his clients. He has to believe in them at all times. Like he believed in me when I said I didn't do it. I'm human, just like you. I don't have some superhuman ability to know the truth. But you have to make a choice about what to believe and stick to it when you're defending somebody. Sometimes in the courtroom, you can be really backed into a corner. In fact, you could say that you're all caps cornered. But being able to remain faithful to what you choose to believe in, even then. Well, that's not something anyone can do. It takes a special kind of person. Believing in your clients? That shit's for losers, actually. Just look at today's trial. I'm a student lawyer with a precious little real experience, but you never stop believing in me. Well, Zangief, stop eating that. He's eating a cable. And in the end, you found it through your own efforts. And because you never stopped believing in me. Don't stop believing. Thanks, Kazuma. I appreciate you, man. I'm gonna be really sad when you die in like 35 minutes. Well, he's filling the Mia role, so I'm just assuming. And he's the one who's supposed to go to Great England for stuff, and I know that the Naruhodo does. Something I want to ask you, Ryunosuke. Well, it's a favor, really. Something very important. Zangief, no!
Oh, Zangief, stop it.
It sounds serious. What is it? Ah, you're still here, oh yeah. Oh, Inspector Hosonaga. I've arranged some rickshaws for us. Let's go. Thanks, we'll be right there.
Really freaking me out that he's got TV. Like, I'm really upset.
Paige, hold on. You're not gonna catch TV.
No, he's just infecting everybody. He's just hanging out.
He could have a horrible congenital lung problem. And your study tour to Great Britain, don't forget. Yeah, that too. So my very first trial came to an end. Cosmo. Professor Makotoba. Susato-san, who acted as my assistant. Even this idiot. Didn't really play much of a part, but still. It was because of the help and support of all these people that I managed to get through that trial. But more importantly, Cosmo hadn't yet managed to ask his favor of me. And I'd never find out what it was. Little did I realize just how much it would change my life. Yay!
Not for you, Zangy.
Yay!
I thought it was for him.
Oh. So that's great, Ace Attorney. That's the first case of 5. But there's actually... Oh man, this is the trip to England. This is arrival to England. The Clouded Kokoro. And then ooh. That's a good final case name. And also there's a second game in there. Kokoro means heart. So if you were really upset, you could say that your Kokoro is Brokero. All right. My throat hurts.
I know, right?
Oh. People want me to do more. And I'm like, I don't know. I literally don't know if I can do more. You know?
You know, now I've noticed, oh, my mic's not on, but I've noticed that when other people do this, they usually have 1 to 2 other people doing voices with them. Sometimes. I think that would be really helpful, but... What? What?
That'd be helpful.
Yeah. We can talk about it.
Okay, we'll talk about it. And that means I would owe you one.
It's true.
Yeah.
You could get me a shiny present for my birthday.
I'm being blackmailed here.
Yeah.
This is extortion.
No.
This is fiance extortion. I'm good at acting? Yay. It's because I'm not a human. I just pretend to be a human on TV. All right. I don't know why. I just felt that would be funny to do. Let's thank people. Let's thank Misty Mountains for subbing. Thanks, Natalie. Appreciate it. Forgot to put my Prime sub through. There we go. Fixed it. Appreciate it. Mask of Michael kicked in 500 bits. Thank you, Michael. Hello, I'm MC Canadian Stereotype. I'm about to get started, so let me get off the ice, but I don't want any trouble, and I'm always polite. Now let's hop. Oh, this is supposed to rhyme. Now let's hop on my snowmobile, and I will tell you what I like. But first, I'll turn off curling and turn down Avril Lavigne. That does not rhyme. That's not her name. Her name.
I know, but you gotta say it
No.
like it is.
Et je vais dire en phrase français parce que si on est bilingue. Oh boy, I fell off my igloo and I hurt my knee. Let's go to the hospital. Don't worry, here in Canada, it's free. That's like a John LaJoie bit. Is it a John LaJoie bit? Sounds like one. Mighty Max kicked in a sub. Thanks, Mighty Max. Mothman sub. Hey, Pat, keep up the good work. And Pet Cat Dog. Big shout out to everybody in the Tabletop Gaming channel for enduring my Magic the Gathering shenanigans. Shame on you. Shogun Noontu asked, Shogun Noontu subbed, when's Monster Hunter Stories coming back? When I fucking die and go to hell. John at Dawn sub. Thank you. Sayon Shoto sub says Pat isn't a lawyer, but he plays one on stream. Kinda. Like an anime lawyer. Tren sub. Thanks for being cool. Thanks, man. I am cool. Furious Furioso sub. So to Medjed. Thank you. And Anticrust sub for 45 months. Says, thanks, Pete. Cool. Copper Tucker sub for 2 years. What is this nonsense? Glad I've been around for this long. Here's to many more. Keep up the great work. I love your work, Pat. Thank you. Coffee Kaiju sub. Loving this beautiful headband blowing in the wind inside the courtroom. Happy Dick Twist Tuesday. Yeah. Queequeg Theater sub. 25 is 5 5s. That's right. That's 5 and 5 is 2 5. I did it. Aoko kicked in $5 to give me a Death's Door non-spoiler tip. Health recovery seeds are part of the collectibles, but the collectible itself is actually planting all the seeds in all the pots. Thank you. Patriot Renegade sub. Thank you, Patriot. Brave Robin kicked in 500 bits. Huzzah. Oh, no, wait. That's not an exclamation. That is the dog's name. Haza, our younger family dog, has lost 3 pounds. He is now only 97 pounds. That's a big poocher. Robin also subbed for 6 months. 1 more month till premature birth. That's gross. Don't do it. Lelouch the Rebel subbed. Hey, Pat, what are some good Canadian shows or movies in your opinion? I know about Red Green, TBP, and Letterkenny, but I want to know what an actual Canadian thinks. I would say the early Tom Green show.
Trailer Park Boys. Ow.
I would say the early Tom Green show is like an absolute fucking trip because it looks like the Eric Andre show and Jackass like 15, 20 years ahead of those things by some fucking asshole in his parents' basement in Ontario.
He asked for Canadian shows.
Yeah.
Trailer Park Boys.
But then there's Trailer Park Boys.
100% Trailer Park Boys.
Trailer Park Boys is like a documentary. I'm not even joking. Dr. Dinka sub. What's funnier, Pemis or Monkey? Pemis. Just Magukit sub. Thank you. Calder Gaming subbed. Jacob Shun? Don't get it. Thank you. Persona EX subbed. Says Big Titty Weed. I think you sub with that message every time.
As well they should.
All right, good. Good for you. Cheeky TV sub. Nothing to say except take money. Thank you. I appreciate the money. Hatterack Prime sub. So to Andy Filter. And Monster Envy, who says, hey, Pat, back after a while. Enjoying the new Ace Attorney. It's great. Ranryu sub for 38. I won't bring it up again because I don't want to be annoying, but Megalobox 2 wrapped up a couple weeks ago if you're still interested. Thank you. Now would be the good time for me to actually check it out. And Lemon Rind subbed. How much? Oh, shit. Ooh. His name is Watson. Who names their dog Huzzah? I don't know, man. How much do we need to donate to have you keep doing Ace Attorney? Or possibly do a charity stream. Possibly, maybe, perhaps. I don't know. Incentive is not the problem. Throat power is the problem.
He's got a lot of that 'cause he's a slut.
Good job on your new turkey.
Thank you.
All right, that's it for me. I don't know who we're going to raid, and I'm going to have 60 seconds to figure it out. Bye. Wait, I'm doing the intro as the outro now. Bye.